So, as the title says right there, the Galaxy Fold 3's under display camera, or the UDC, is not great. So this is something we kind of knew about going into this, that it was going to be like this. Once we saw the official specs of the camera being 4 megapixel, I think a lot of people understood that it was just simply not going to be the greatest camera of all time. Now, that doesn't really impact much because you do have 3 cameras on the back that are absolutely fantastic. So the idea of this camera on the inside being bad, I really do not see as a big issue in any stretch of imagination, especially because how you can control your camera with the Galaxy Fold 3. You can open it up and have the one display as a selfie display and actually use the back cameras, unlike a iPhone or any prototypical phone where the camera is on the back and you kind of just, have to hold it like this and hope you are lined up correctly. So it really kind of belittles me that that is actually an issue for a lot of people. Now, the reason why this camera is set up like this, and obviously is 4 megapixels, the reason why it is a UDC camera is because they wanted to go ahead and disappear the second you are watching an actual thing, watching Netflix, playing a game, watching Hulu, whatever you're doing with your phone. They do not want that little camera punch to get in the way and disrupt your content. That's the whole reason why it's underneath of the actual display. And I really think that's a really smart move. I mean, if you got to think about it like this, the trade-off here is, would you rather this be disrupting your display but have a better camera, or would you rather have it be, again, like it is, under the display, out of your viewing experience, but have a 4 megapixel camera underneath of the display? Honestly, personally, my speaking is I'd rather have it just the way it is. So here is the camera's differences. So obviously this is the front facing camera, which is a 10 megapixel. And then we have the UDC camera, which is of course the 4 megapixel. And to be honest, yeah, it's not even a question. It definitely looks better on the front than it does on that one. I mean, this one, it doesn't look good in all honesty. But at the end of the day, how are you going to hold your phone? That's the real true question, is when you take a selfie, are you going to hold it exactly like he is in this picture, where you have the gigantic display open like this looking at yourself, or are you going to look at it like this? First off, have it closed, have the camera at the very top right there, take a picture right there, switch it around. You can also take pictures with the 3 triple cameras on the back. I don't really think it's too much of an issue, me personally, but like I said, yes, if this is something to talk about, the Galaxy Fold 3, it is definitely something to talk about. I mean, you look at this picture, and yes, it's literally night and day when it comes to the quality of this picture, and that's a 4 megapixel camera versus a 10 megapixel camera, which, based on what I understand, all my time with photography, it's not too much of a big deal when it comes to the cameras, obviously, because the idea of the more megapixels would be if you are going to print out that picture. So obviously the more pixels are going to be needed for a bigger print. So as long as you're not printing out pictures, especially because most social medias, they actually downscale your pictures. So even if you have the best camera in the world, even if you have a Sony A7 or S7 III that has like 100 some odd megapixel camera, it doesn't matter. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they'll downscale your images. So this, I don't know. I just really do not believe this is that big of an issue. And this is something I've seen a lot of as I've been searching around for different reviews of this, And you can see right here, this is another zoomed in picture. And yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue with this man that, yes, this camera is absolutely, doesn't look good under the screen. I mean, you got to remember that it's a technology that the point of it is to get out of the way, right? Not disrupt the user. If you look at your iPhone, right, and you just look at an iPhone right fast, you're going to see the camera right here no matter what you're doing on this iPhone. Most devices, honestly, you'll see the camera. Even the punch hole devices that are out on the market right now, you're going to see the camera no matter what you do. It doesn't look gorgeous. That's just a fact of the matter. But at the end of the day, you're going to, just kind of have to deal with that if you are going to take pictures with the inside camera instead of using the front-facing camera or the back triple cameras. And our last thing we'll talk about here is, of course, this is him on a video call, and he's using that 4 megapixel camera to go ahead and use this actual call. And to be honest, yeah, he does look absolutely just, I want to say, washed out, in all honesty. He did say he has a ring light pointed right at his face while taking this video in a snapshot from this actual call. But yes, it definitely doesn't look that amazing. But at the end of the day, like I said before, when you really break it down, is it really a big deal, in my opinion? Absolutely not. I don't think this changes anything when it comes to buying this device. If you really have an issue with that 4 megapixel under the display camera, then I don't know what to tell you, because there is a lot of good cameras on this device. So I recommend going and utilizing one of the other ones. You have 3 on the back and you have 1 on the actual front display when you have the phone closed. So in all honesty, I don't really see much of an issue, but I wanted to cover this because if you are still thinking about buying this device and you're like, is there any actual issue? Is there anything that people are upset about? This is technically something people are upset about, which, is going to be interesting to see how much we go more in depth as the time goes on. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.